Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Can you guys hear me and see me? For some reason, the screen does not look like it's on. We have speaker view. Whoops. Gallery view. Can you guys see me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Can you see me? Okay. Okay, sounds good. And do we have our special guest on here? Mona, I don't see her anywhere. Mona, are you here? Okay, well, we'll give that a few minutes. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Super excited to be with you here today. We have Mona Christensen that hopefully will be joining us very soon. We'll be talking to her, we'll be interviewing her, and we'll be talking about the topic here today is events. Now, we can, of course, go any direction we want to go. This is a completely open format, so we can discuss and talk about virtually anything, but we are going to focus today on the topic of events and the power of events, you know, why events are important, you know, how to build for events, you know, what's the most important thing about an event. You know, I heard a quote the other day. Matter of fact, it was when we did the Fireside chat with Bob Rakowski, and he said something I love this saying. He said, you know, what was this quote? He said, you know, it may cost you a little bit of money to come to the event, but if you bring a lot of people, you'll make a lot of money. Anyway, and that's really the truth. I mean, I think back, guys, you know, 32 years ago, I'm just in this industry of network marketing, just got started, and, you know, didn't have any idea what networking was and didn't know what an event was. But, you know, I didn't know anything. And so I was a complete open book. So I was very teachable, I was very coachable, just listening to my upline of what to do. There was an event coming up, and, you know, I got started in the business in December. There was an event coming up in about 90 days. And they said, you need to be there. And I didn't even know it was a part of what I was doing yet. And I needed to be at this event. And so I ended up literally recruiting people, telling them they need to join us at this event. I brought 52 people with me to my very first event from North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, 52 people. And literally my income went from 3,000 to 9,000 and never had made less sense. It was absolutely amazing. I think people must get confused on the brochure because my phone's ringing here several times. I think people see the code and they think it is a phone number. It's mine, but it's also the code to the Zoom code. So make that as a note as you talk to people or whatever that, and maybe we need to position it a little differently on the brochure so it's a little clearer for people because they get confused every time we do a Zoom. I get a half a dozen people trying to call me. And so, Marianne, if you're on here, make note of that, because she is the person that makes all of these beautiful brochures that we use to promote out this event. And also, as we give a few minutes for Mona to come on, and I see Camille, you're on as well. Would you maybe try to message Mona and see if she's having trouble getting on our Fireside chat here today? Because I do not see her on, and we're interviewing her today. And if she doesn't make it on for some reason, then Camille, can you step in and be my special guest?
Yes, yes, I can do that, John. I'll message her. She doesn't have the best of Wi-Fi, so probably that's the reason. But I'll text her immediately.
Okay.
And otherwise, I'll be on. Yes, thank you.
Okay, sounds great. Well, guys, listen, I got some really big news about next Fireside chat. Okay. Next Friday, the 17th, we are going to spend an hour with Fraser Brooks. Okay. If you don't know who Fraser Brooks is, I mean, he is, one of the top network marketing trainers. He speaks at all the GoPro events. I mean, he's a sought after speaker. I mean, I don't know how many books he has, best-selling books. I mean, literally, he's one of the highest ticket platform speakers within the space. And his specialty is social media. And he is going to give us anything we want next week. We're gonna pick his brain on a fireside chat for an hour next week, right? And we are also, I'm going to have some special gifts. The topic here today is going to be about events. And, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to Mona about this and use this as a topic, because she's going to be actually speaking at an upcoming event for the Business for Home magazine in the middle of December. But I also, the big GoPro event is coming up the first weekend in December, right? That's the Super Bowl of events. Fraser will be there. He'll be speaking there. But that particular event is going to have, Eric's goal is to have 250,000 people around the world come together on the first weekend of December for the GoPro event. Again, you listen to these top network marketers, people that are making millions of dollars right now, and they're going to tell you the impact that the GoPro event has on themselves, on their team, on their business, and they attribute tremendous amount of the success that they've had, to what they've learned at that particular event. So if you're network marketing, it's kind of a must-attend event. Well, here's the thing. I've got 100 tickets. I've got 100 tickets for that event. I purchased them, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months ago. I think it's time to start talking about them. So next Friday, fireside chat, with Fraser Brooks, going to be a phenomenal fireside chat. I hope we can get a couple hundred people on the fireside chat, but I'm going to give away a handful of those tickets to the people that attend that particular event. The people that attend next week, there's probably going to be, I don't know how many, I haven't picked, I'm thinking at least 5 people are going to walk away from that fireside chat, with a ticket. And so, and I'm going to have other incentives, to follow as well. So with that being said, has Mona found her way onto our fireside chat?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
I think she mistake the time because of the time zones, and so I think she's on an hour. So I'll be happy to do it.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, we're going to Denmark, Camille Double Diamond and the company. And so Camille, I know, I've been to to Copenhagen several times, I think like 4 times or something. Way COVID is going, I don't think it'll be, anytime soon again, unfortunately. But hopefully, within the next year, I can do a tour through Europe. I can't wait to do so and see everyone. I think it was in 2019, the last time we were really able to travel. I went to, I think 7 countries, seven or 8 countries in an 18-day window. It was an incredible whirlwind tour, and it was just a lot of fun. Great experiences, great people, but there's no question. Leaders are born at events. If you talk to anyone who has made a lot of money in network marketing, they will tell you if events were one of a major part of their success. And it's not enough to just be at the event. It's how you build for event, right? And I can tell you, in the past, in my 32 years, there's been times where you literally are limping into an event. Right. I mean, issues, problems, different things happening. People, belief is low, and they're the people that need the event the most. Right. And sometimes you feel, they maybe haven't made a lot of money or whatever, and they don't want to go. And I'm telling you, these events are so important to someone's success. I mean, there's, I talk about mindset, and I talk about this nightshade and this deadly poison, that is, these negative friends and family and negative influences trying to kill our dreams and knock us down. Getting to an event is like this huge dose of belief, filling that belief bucket, patching all those holes in that belief bucket. And belief is the paramount, right? When you have belief, you talk to people. When you are, 10 foot tall and bulletproof, you talk to people. And that's the way you come out of an event. Every event I've had, every event I've attended, no matter how hard I pushed and how many people I had, and all I could do was sit through that event and think about other people I should have had there. Right. And of course, now a lot of it is virtual events. Okay. Incredibly important. I mean, this Friday, every Friday is an event, right, that we do here with this Fireside Chat. And I would bet any of you that are attending leave this Fireside Chat and you feel better than you did before before the Fireside Chat, right? You pick up a few bits of information, you get fired up one more time, and it makes a difference. And so people that don't attend events essentially fade away. That's the bottom line. So it is crucial, whether it's an online event, whether it's a physical event, whether it's a weekly event, whether it's something in your local area. Events are absolutely crucial. So we're going to have this as an open topic and discussion to talk about that. I'd love to hear some stories of other people and when they've been, gosh, do I really want to do this anymore? And they pushed themselves one last time to go to an event and came out of that event on fire and difference it made, right? Or maybe have another example or such. But with that, let's go ahead. Camille, you're sitting in for Mona here today.
Yes.
And so if you could, why don't you share a little bit of your story, right? So those that don't know you know a little bit more about you. And then give me your thoughts, because you're probably going to that event too, right? The one that Mona's talking about. You'll be going to that. So talk a little bit about that, and then we'll have an open discussion.
Thank you so much, John. And I would start by saying I love these Fireside Chat. To be plugged in every Friday is like a must do for me. And thank you so much for having me. I am a double diamond now, and I have been in the industry for over 30 years. And it was when I attended an event that I really believed that I could do it. I sat among people and I heard a story when I suddenly got that feeling, if he can do it, I can do it. And there was nothing wrong, or it wasn't as much what he was saying. It was much more the energy and the belief that all of a sudden were in my gut, in my mindset. This is so important, and that is one of the reasons why I really say to all in my teams, get to this event, because when you get this feeling, if he can do it, if she can do it, I can do it, that is so crucial. And that is one of the things that you do at this event. This can happen. All of a sudden, you know your why, and you are having this belief in yourself is so crucial. And the other thing is the people you meet, the feeling you get by hearing all the stories, all these, I want to say ordinary people getting to the top, and hearing their story about what they have been struggling with, and hearing their side of the story, that sometimes makes your own story like, okay, that was huge what they just went through. I wouldn't dream of being there or wishing for anyone else to be there, but they did it. They came through because all of a sudden they really believed that they could do it as well. So this inner belief of really being able to do what people on the stage have done, that is one of the reasons why I say to everybody, stay plugged in and find the money and attend to this online and this in real life events. So I haven't missed a single one, and I'm gonna be at every one in the future, because this is very crucial for me as well, as a person, to hear all this amazing story, meeting all these amazing people.
Fantastic. Well, what it popped into my head, what that saying was, I was trying to put my finger on. It was, you come to the event and you're definitely going to make some money. You bring some people, you're going to make lots of money. right? I mean, I think that's what the quote was. If anybody else would remember that, and maybe it was said a little bit differently because you were probably on that same fireside chat with Bob Rokowski, but it was phenomenal. But as you're telling your story and about, people pushing themselves to attend that event, because a lot of people that come, I mean, I have heard unbelievable stories about people who have rolled quarters, who have had 25 people in a hotel room, all pitching together to come to an event, and the impact that pivot point that it had on their life attending that event. It truly is amazing. I mean, I think about not my big first event, but I got involved, in this water filter company. I'm living, in actually very near where I am right now at my lake home. About 3 hours from here is Minneapolis, where there was a weekly event. And it was 1,000 people. It was a weekly event in Minneapolis. They did every single week. It was a local event. I went to it. And I mean, I don't remember much that happened at the meeting. The only thing I remember is I identified with one person that came across that stage and told their story. This guy came across the stage wearing bib overalls. One pants leg was tucked into his boot. He had a red hat on, and it was dented in the front. And he said he made $10,000 that month. And to me, that was all the money in the world. I mean, but he was somebody as a maintenance person, I looked at him as I think he must have been a farmer or somebody. He's wearing, bib overalls, red baseball hat on, one pants leg tucked into his boot. And he said, and I said, wow, if he can do it, I can do it too. I mean, you don't know what that one thing that takes place at that event that could completely turn you on, that could completely give you that aha moment where you come out of that event, that one thing you pick up, that you come out of that event and you go Mach 2 with your hair on fire. But again, and that's great, okay? But imagine you get your team there and every one of the people in your team have that same type of an experience. Where are you gonna go? I mean, I used to look at that, you could you could almost calculate it out, that every person on your team that you had attend that event was worth like $500 in monthly income to you. So calculate your monthly income, what you want it to be. You want it to be $2,000 a month. You need 4 people at that event with you, right? So, and I don't know if that's completely accurate, but it definitely correlates, right? So who else wants to jump in, or Mona, Camille, if you want to piggyback, if you thought a little bit, as I'm talking here, something else you want to talk about or comment on?
Well, I think it's very important to stay plugged in at everything the company does, and these events makes you this feeling of being a part of a community and making a lot of friends, and that's amazing too. So absolutely, I can recommend that you get your teams to go and attend to this event as soon as we can fly over to you guys again. I can't wait. So it's going to be so much fun.
Yes, fantastic. Who else would like to jump in and share some thoughts about events and the impact, or if there's something else they want to talk about? Again, this is a fireside chat, so we have open discussion.
Hey, John.
Hey, Greg. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So great topic. I definitely think that, the focal point for many people's success really started at an event. For me, when I got involved in the industry, I went months and months and months, and I mean months, without any success. I think the first person I recruited or sponsored in my first business, was my sister. And I think I paid for her to get in, if I remember correctly. And I just remember the belief being there for me, but the struggle also behind it was heavy for me. So the true belief, I didn't think I could really do it. And you talk about, people rolling quarters and stuff like that. My first event was in a van. We took a 14 or 15 passenger van. I forget one of that number, but we drove from Albuquerque, New Mexico, straight through to North Carolina. And that's a 26-hour drive. I didn't even know these people we drove with. Somebody convinced me, because my sponsor lived in a completely different state and I hadn't made any money up to this point. And he tells me, if you go there and you get nothing from it, I will pay for everything that you did. And I said, I don't even know if I can get off of work. Bottom line, I made the decision to go to that event. And it was one of those moments for me where I just remember seeing, the people that had way worse challenges, and they had way more struggles, and they had other obstacles to overcome. And I just remember thinking, well, if these people can do it, I can do it. And then it went from my head to believing it to into my heart to knowing that this is something that not only did I want to do, I wanted to become somebody that was respected in that industry. And it just looked at like this. And I just saw these people, having the success that they desired and changing other people's lives. And it was so inspirational. And I remember driving home from that 26-hour drive, and what felt like days and days and days on the way there was literally like an hour. All of a sudden, I had this monster list. I had no chicken list. And as soon as I got back to my hometown, I just remember one of the first people I sponsored was a business owner who owned an Aveda salon or something, I forget. But she literally introduced me to probably what now would be my success. It was one event that introduced me to a real estate agent, which literally opened the floodgates for me. It was a check after check, and then it became organic belief. And then, long story short, it's now my career, and it's night and day. But it was an event that completely changed the trajectory of my business. And secondly, every time we had major momentum or somebody had massive success in my organization, it was because of a decision that they made at an event. So events are super powerful, and it's probably my favorite topic, John. So thanks for talking about this.
Yeah, well, thank you, Greg. And one of the things you said, when somebody said, listen, they would if you come to the event and you don't believe it's worth your time, that they'd reimburse you. Is that what was said?
Something along those lines, correct.
Yeah, because I've done that myself. I've been told that, by my upline. Matter of fact, this one upline of mine, Randy Schrader, he would literally take such posture. Somebody says, I would love to go, but I can't do it. I got this conflict, and he just says, change it. He would take such posture with people because we know the impact, and that, and especially that person that needs that event the most, that you buy into their excuse, you buy into their pity party, you buy into their, I can't afford it. And I'm telling you, the next event won't matter because they won't be around. Right? You need to push them. And I promise you, if you push them to the point of even being uncomfortable to get them to that event, spending money that they may not have. And I've done the exact same thing that was done to you. I've told people, listen, you come to this event, you trust me on this, you come to this event. And if it isn't everything I said it was, if you can look me in the eye and tell me that this was a waste of time, I will reimburse you for your entire expense. I'll reimburse you for your time, for your travel, for your hotel, for the conference expense. I'll reimburse you because that's how confident I was in the message, in the feeling, in the impact that they would have coming out of that event. So again, don't be afraid, folks. And that person that resists the most is the one that needs it the most. Right. And then you got because like you said, you come there, you have people there that you identify with, that you relate with, that you leave there thinking, wow, if he can do it, I can do it too. Then there's the other group of people there that are like, what is this person? Why is he doing this event? A successful, why are they doing this business? You see that credibility piece by this person that you look at as a person very, very high in the social economical pyramid, that you're like, why is this person involved in this business? And that builds confidence and builds belief. And so again, very, very powerful. I believe Mona has joined us. And Mona, are you with us?
I'm here, I'm right here.
Okay.
Hello, I'm here.
For some reason, we're not seeing you, but I hear you. So, oh, there you are. There you are. Okay, well, sounds great. Mona, listen, would you take, and I know our topic today was events, and one of the reasons we picked the topic is because you're going to be speaking at an event coming up, for Business for Home. Yeah. And so, and you're going to be traveling there. and you're taking some of your team there. But just, give us a little bit of for those that may know you there very well, give us a little bit of your history, a little bit of your background, and then let's give us your thoughts on events.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for having me on. Well, I've been in this industry for about 20 years, and I would say the first 14 years wasn't really that serious. I signed up with other people because it sounded like a good idea, but I didn't feel anything. I wasn't passionate about it. I saw it just as a sales job, and I didn't see myself as a salesperson. So for me, it wasn't really the thing until things started changing in my life. And one of the things that changed was that I got pregnant. I was going to be a single mother because I wasn't with the dad anymore when I found out that I was pregnant. And my whole life situation turned around. 10 days after that, I actually gave birth to this great boy. My dad had a stroke and was handicapped. So my mother needed me at the time where I thought I needed my mother most. And so everything changed in my life, and it changed into a situation where I had to have an income that I could choose when to spend time and where to spend time. I just had to make that work because the job I had couldn't have me anymore as a single mom, and the independent business I was trying to build was based on being a psychotherapist, being in a chair in a certain place at certain times. I couldn't make it work. So I had to take a look at this opportunity at network marketing and think, how can I make this work? I hear people talking about a full-time income. I have to make this work. And I did that, and I was amazed what I found. And I was amazed that this was not about just selling. This was about a people's business. Was about helping other people to health, to wealth, to hope, to all these different things. And I remember, like, my first aha moment at an event was I went to this company event and I saw all these completely perfect people. They were lined up, they were perfect, they were slim, they were good looking, they had everything straight in their lives, they had strategies. And onto the stage came this chaotic woman who wasn't slim. And she talked about that she didn't have strategies. She was just so passionate about the product. She was just so passionate about helping other people. And I had a big aha moment, like, if she can do it, I can do it too. And that was the first moment, I think, that lightning struck me, that wow, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to have everything in place. I have to be passionate, and I have to be excited about what we have to other people. And it's not up to me to decide if other people want this or need this or can use this. It's up to them. But I was excited, and I saw myself being a role model of imperfection. I thought that was pretty cool, that I don't have to be perfect to be a role model in this industry. And that got me really excited. And since then, I've had so many aha moments at events. But I think for me, the most important thing is, of course, I build belief, not just believe in my company. I build belief in the family that we have in the company, in the team, in that the team is larger than just me. But also that we are building belief for other people. You have no idea who you are going to inspire in your next event. And in that sense, I think it's very important to go, even to fill up yourself, but also to give to other people. I think that's very important to understand, is that one thing is what you get on stage, But when you're at events, you meet people in the line for coffee. You meet people at breakfast. You meet people everywhere. And your story, your way of working, your way into this industry, your history with this company will inspire someone who needs it so bad. And a lot of us thinks, well, I don't have a story that I can inspire of, other people with. Like, I'm not a success. I have to be a billionaire like John Haremza to be an inspiration. But that's not true. Just just people come up and ask me, how can you build ranks in your country when it's so difficult other places? And I'm like, well, that was nothing. Like, how can that inspire you? And people say, oh, I've been following you on Instagram, or and this is what it's really like to me, is that your life story, your life, your everyday life can can inspire all other people to do better. You think it's nothing what you do, but to some people, they would love to do what you're able to do. And you need to go and share that also. Of course, you build belief in your products, you build belief in your company, and you get aha moments where you believe in yourself. But you have a gift that you should go and give to other people. And you are, once you start and you let it go, you don't think like, well, I don't know how can my story inspire other people. You don't know that yet. How would you know that? Because you haven't met the person you're supposed to inspire yet. So once you let that go and say you're not in control of everything, you are not to judge who will be inspired by you, but you need to put yourself there to get inspired and to be inspiring. And I think that's very, very important. You are probably here not because you want to sell products, but you come here because you want to make a change in other people's lives. Most people in network marketing come here because they want to make a difference in other people's lives. How can you do that if you don't fill your own cup, and if you're not willing to put yourself out where you can actually inspire other people? I think that's very important. And that is why when I was invited to be on stage, there was a part of me that said, I'm not good enough. My story is not good enough. I haven't done anything that's worth celebrating or putting on stage. Who am I to get on that stage? And I'm not John Haremza. I'm not a $1 billion earner. I'm not. Who am I to be on stage? But I got to the point where I said, you know what? Maybe it's not up to me to judge. Maybe it's other people to judge. Um, um, if I can inspire them, why should I stop myself in doing that? So the personal stories, I think are very important. Of course, we need the training, the product training, and the corporate training, and all this. But I need to fill my cup every time I go to events. When I sit at home and I walk around Denmark, I'm with friends and family. A lot of the times I think, maybe I'm crazy doing this network marketing thing, and maybe I'm crazy thinking I could do $50,000 a month. Maybe I'm crazy. And then I go to an event and I think, you know what? I'm not crazy. Um, there's a lot of other people um, that are crazy as well, that believe in this. And I see people with their eyes lit. I see people that are passionate. I see people that have dreams that I work hard to achieve. And I feel inspired by them. So I think we need to get with like-minded people, entrepreneurs, people who we can help and people who can help us. And for me, I feel at home at events. This is where I remember I had a team member at the last event, and she was trying to sign in a customer being at the event, and something went wrong. And she went up to the first guy she met asking, like, could you help me, sign this customer up? Something is going wrong. And 15 minutes later, this guy was on stage, and it turns out he was making a lot of money. But he was so friendly and helping this new in this industry woman signing up a customer. And to me, that's so inspiring that everybody has been in the place with problems of signing in a customer, and they're willing to help, no matter what team, what country. At events, we're one big family helping each other. And especially in our company, John, I've never felt so many low key high earners that are just easy to talk to, easy to um, to get close to, because we're in this together. And that's the feeling I get. Like, I was a psychotherapist before, and I was actually doing good. And I built a business in a very short time. And I remember people started calling me and said, Mona, you did so good in a short time. Can you help me build my business? And of course, I want to help other people, but in that industry, why would I help somebody get my customers? I would not train another another psychotherapist in my area to compete for the same customers. That's what we have in this industry, is that people are here to help each other. And we need to feel that to the bone when you come to events, because we go back into the real world where people are competing, where people are putting on facades, and they're trying to look more successful than they are. And at events, we find out this is about people. This is about help. This is about caring. So for me, I have to go to events. I'm an event junkie. Like, I need this every half year. Corona is such a challenge because I haven't been able to hug, the people that I need to hug. And I know you guys are out there, and I'll see you as soon as I can. I will be at the Business for Home event at 10 to 12th of December, with a lot of other people who have made it in the industry. I've met a lot of these people, although they're in other companies, and I can just say that the caring and the love is also between companies. Once you get that, once you let down your guard and your greed and your trying to make it all about you will find out this is the most caring industry in the world. We all work with people. We will not be successful if we stop caring about people and just think money and products. And that's what I find in these people. When I found that out, being in a cross or in a cross company event, company neutral event with high leaders, with multi-million-dollar earners, that they were just as caring. If I came up to someone and said, you know what, you said that on stage, I'm really curious, could you explain that more, because I didn't quite understand that, they would take out 10-15 minutes and explain it to me. And I think that is most important, to find out that this is the industry that we're in. Some people want to tell us that it's not, that it's a product selling industry, that it's a cold, fighting your way to the top. For me, it's not. And I need to learn how other people have done it. There's just not one way to do it. There's so many different ways to do it. So you can learn a little here, you can learn a little there, you can take from him and from her, and make it your own. Don't take anything in if it feels wrong, but do take something in. Because we need to learn. This is an industry like nothing else. You can't compare it with being an independent business owner. You can't compare it with being an employee, or even if being an employer. Some people think that network marketing is about being an employer and telling people what to do. We can't tell people what to do. we can't order them around. We can't threaten them. We can't do what normal employers do. We have to grow people like little plants. Find out, how does this person grow best? And for me, that makes it the most caring industry, and as a psychotherapist, for me, the right place to be. And as a psychotherapist, I was sitting day in, day out, listening to people having problems. And I love my job, but it was too hard. Here I have it like, here I work with people who wants to grow, not just get, out of trouble, but from stagnation to really growing and flourishing. And this is what events do to people. We water people, we nourish people, and we do it from stage down to the audience, but we also do it in the audience, in each other. And if you ever get a chance to go on stage and share your story, please do so. Please do so, because you will find out that you have so much to give to other people that you didn't even realize. You don't realize right now how much you have to give to other people, but you will find out once you start giving and sharing, even on stage or at an event for other people. I think I can talk about this for days, John, because I love events. I can't live without events. And we have to do with online events, but as soon as I can get an airplane out of Denmark, I will be an event.
Yeah, well, fantastic. And, one of the things, because I think you're talking about as an individual attending an event, the way you could potentially have an impact on someone there, yeah, unknowingly, maybe just in that conversation in the hallway, getting real with somebody, listening to them, helping them, telling them, identifying, being, like I said, being real. As a matter of fact, I think at the end of the day, what people remember most coming out of an event is how the event made them feel, right? They learned a lot of stuff and took a lot of notes and all that, but ultimately it's kind of how the event made them feel, right? And probably they'll look to what was the one thing. If you had to pinpoint one thing that you'll never forget that impacted, it is not probably the high dollar platform speaker, right? It was great, it was impressive, it was motivating, it might have been inspirational. It was that person that walked across the stage and their voice was crackling, they maybe teared up a little bit, their first time ever on stage, just this unbelievable emotional story that probably has the biggest impact on someone, right? But it's all there. It's just, when you leave an event, if it's a good event, when you leave that event, you're literally emotionally drained, right? Because of all of the different things that you feel, that you think, from excitement to that deep feeling of emotion when somebody really touches you, somebody has some major impact, life-changing experience. So it's all good. There's no question. Success leaves clues. Look at anyone, making big money in network marketing and they're attending events. So if you're that person that wants, maybe you're not that person now, but you want to be that person, it's not, it's not I'll try. It's I'll be there, right? And I'll have my team there and I'll have everybody there. And you're going to push people to be uncomfortable, to the point of uncomfortable, to make that commitment because you know how important it is, right? Once you have that mindset, that's when it's going to start to grow. One of the other things that you said that I love this, and I look at myself the same way, is you are a role model for imperfection. Is that the word that you said? Yeah. Really, when you think about when people, when someone is just, perfect in every way, who can identify with that? But when you get vulnerable, right? When you get real with somebody and you kind of you expose that you're not, perfect, you make mistakes, blah, blah, blah. That's real. That's real. And that's what, like you said, you went when you saw that person that you thought I can do this too. Well, listen, we got about 5-6 minutes left here. Let's see if anybody else wants to jump in here and share a story or share a thought before we move to close out.
Hi, John. This is Denmark Palongo from Houston, Texas. How you guys doing? Man, a lot of great nuggets today. So we're actually, speaking of an event, our team with Civ, we're actually in an event right now called Rank Makers. And man, I gotten so much
with
value.
Ray Higdon, right?
Yes, with Ray Higdon. So I'm actually double multitasking right now. I'm trying not to listen to Ray right now. So, I mean, a lot of great nuggets from Mona. And one thing that I really got from her, it's about growing and giving. And once you find that joy inside of you, I think you unlock something special, right? And I know each and every one of us has that. And for me personally, I think I mistake, the science of achievement to actually the art of fulfillment. Because sometimes, what you think, what you get will make you happy. But it's really that what you can give. Tony Robbins said this the best, right? It's not what you get in life, that makes you happy. It's who you become and what you can give in order for you to give more. And I think that's, and I think most of us, started with that. And for me personally, I started with that. I was like, hey, I want to get this in order for my wife to be happy. Hey, I want to get this, in order for me to, to next level. But really, I think life is, well, like what Mona said, just forget about you and focus on what you can give. Because if you give and you grow, that's freaking 10 times, you feel 10 times better. And you're always going to be yourself. So I think finding joy and finding happiness is what's very important. And if you can find that, you can serve more, and so you can serve better. You can serve, man, you can just touch a lot of people's lives. And I hope, bring value. I'll go back to Rank Makers Live. And you guys have a great day, man. Enjoy life. Let's go.
Well, fantastic. Thank you. That was very, very strong and powerful. That is really true, guys. It's not what you earn. It's who you become in the process. And you become a better networker. You become a better person being around like-minded people that happen. I mean, just your involvement at all in network marketing does that. But attending an event, like Mona had said, or I think you were telling that story about that person that helped get that customer order. And then a little while later, they saw that person on stage and they're probably like, oh my God, that was the person that helped me get that order placed. Because I really do think that that this business, these events, everything makes us it makes us a better person. It makes us a better person. Selfish people have a tendency to probably get pushed out of this business, right? Because they don't feel comfortable, right? Because it's such of a giving culture and a giving nature. And so before we go into, and I'll have Mona give us our last words here, but before we jump into that, I just want to reiterate for those of you that might have joined late, next Friday, I'm going to get the flyer out very soon because we got Fraser Brooks spending an hour with us, right? He is the social media guru, one of the top. I mean, he speaks the event that Mona's doing, attending and speaking at, I'm sure he will be there. He'll be at the GoPro event. I mean, he's one of the most sought after speakers, educators, many best-selling books. I'm so excited about this. Next Friday, guys, let's build hard for this. I'm going to give, a handful of GoPro tickets away next Friday to those people that attend that event. Okay. And I'm going to figure out how to do that in the fairest way possible. But you have to be in attendance of that. So listen, let's build hard for this next Friday, the 17th. With Fraser Brooks. It's going to be I'm just so excited about that discussion. And I'm not an expert at social media whatsoever, but he is, right? And I'm going to be there with notepad, taking notes, asking questions, digging in deep about, to really help clarify, to leave that fireside chat with a good understanding. So with that, anybody have any last words? And then we'll turn it over to Mona for the last word.
Hey, John, can I say something?
Yes, go ahead.
I want to thank Mona because one of the things that I struggle with is being perfect in this. And one thing that she said was that you don't have to be perfect and that it's not up to you. But I always think that that it's up to me to get, you know, when I contact people and they don't, you know, they don't reciprocate, it does make it, you know, a little tough. And you think, oh, well, then maybe I'm just not doing it right. But I'm finding out that the more that I'm contacting people, the better that I'm getting it. And the more that I show up at these webinars and I hear different people speaking, and then I just take from each little piece and this try to make it my own. So I really appreciate you saying that, and that you don't have to be perfect, because that's one of the things that I thought I had to be this perfect, have these perfect words in order to, you know, to get someone in there. And then also that I'm coming to the place where I will inspire those who need it bad, and that every day your life can inspire people, and that you want to make a change in other people's life, and I do. But sometimes you feel like they don't give you a chance to show them the kind of change that you can make in their life. So I just want to say thank you for what you said today. That's all.
Well, Karen, thank you, because we can feel your emotion. I mean, this just is an exact example of what I talked about earlier, that one person at every event that makes you feel something very special. And that's what you did for us today here. So, you know, it's not what you say, it's how you feel about what you say. That's the impact. And we can just, I mean, your emotion is pouring through the screen, and that's powerful, incredibly powerful. So thank you for that. Mona, last words.
Yeah, I'm very touched by you, Karen, also. I mean, imagine the chain reaction. I got this inspiration from somebody else, and now I'm passing it on to you. So I'm so happy to be able to do this in this industry. Like, nobody's perfect, but at the same time, what I experience in events is that I see people completely open, sharing what they actually do. They are opening their notebooks. They are showing me their Instagrams. They're telling me exactly how they do it. Why would I not go and listen and learn? I mean, it's a taxable, deductible fun trip. Like, why would I not go and have this personal growth, this transformation, this build of belief, this kind of impact on me and my business, this much knowledge about how to build a business that could set not just me free, but so many other people. I'm just an instrument to pass this on, and I want to help other people learn this. So I'm here to fill up my own cup to pass it on to others. And I think that's what we do at events, and that's why we need to be at events. If you're not there, how can you pass on to other people what you don't have? Go get everything you can from events, online and in real life. Thank you for having me on, John, and I really look forward to meeting you at our next event.
Fantastic. Well, listen, guys, you know, just in the spirit of events and the impact of events and that emotional connection that you make at an event with maybe one person, I'm going to give a ticket, my very first ticket to GoPro, to Karen. So Karen, you've got a ticket to GoPro. So you're in, right? So message me on Facebook if you could, so I can log this information, and so you got the first ticket out of that batch of tickets that I have for that GoPro event. So with that, everybody, fantastic. Next Friday, I'm going to get the flyer out. I'm going to get the brochure out. Let's impress Fraser by blowing this thing out. Let's get everybody and anybody we possibly can. It's going to be a very, very powerful content. I mean, he is the social media guru. Okay. I am, matter of fact, he did on Wednesday for our fireside chat. And so I messaged him during that and say, hey, or during that mastermind, and I invited him on, and he says, sure, I'll do it. And so let's blow it out and impress him with that. Everybody have a fantastic Friday and weekend.